Lucille Ball, known for her role in I Love Lucy, was much more than just a lovable actress. She was also a woman with strong opinions about the people around her, including some of the biggest names in the music industry. Despite her cheerful image on television, Lucille had her own list of musicians she did not get along with. In fact, there were a few famous musicians who made her so angry that she could not stand working with them. The reasons behind her dislikes are surprising and show a side of Lucille that many people did not know about. Before we dive into video, please subscribe to our channel. Lucille Ball was born on August 6, 1911, in Jamestown, New York, to Henry and Desiree Ball. She was the oldest of two children, and her early life was marked by hardship. Lucille's father passed away when she was just 3 years old, leaving her mother to raise her and her brother alone. They faced financial difficulties, and Lucille's mother struggled to provide for the family. This tough upbringing made Lucille a determined and independent individual from a young age. As a teenager, Lucille dreamed of becoming an actress, but her early attempts to break into the industry were not easy. She attended drama school in New York and worked various odd jobs while pursuing her passion. At the age of 20, she moved to Hollywood, hoping to make it big. However, she faced constant rejection and worked in bit parts or uncredited roles for years. For a while, Lucille even considered giving up her dream and returning to New York. Despite the many setbacks, Lucille's determination never wavered. She was eventually signed by RKO Pictures in 1933, where she began to get more significant roles. However, it was still a struggle to get noticed, and she was often overshadowed by other actresses. Lucille's career truly began to take off when she started appearing in comedic roles, but her real breakthrough came with the creation of I Love Lucy in 1951. The show revolutionized television and made Lucille a household name, but it was not an easy journey. Lucille Ball's early life was filled with hardships, but her perseverance and talent eventually made her one of the most beloved stars in Hollywood history. Her ability to overcome personal and professional challenges remains an inspiration to many. Now we talk about 6 musicians she disliked. Number 1. Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra, one of the most famous musicians of his time, was known for his smooth voice and incredible talent. However, Lucille Ball reportedly did not get along with him, despite admiring his musical abilities. The primary reason for their tension was Sinatra's personality and his attitude toward work. Lucille was known for her strong work ethic and professionalism, but Sinatra, at times, exhibited a sense of arrogance that rubbed her the wrong way. He was often late for rehearsals and took his time on set, which caused frustration for Lucille, who was very punctual and focused on getting the job done. Their relationship became particularly strained when they worked together on various projects, including television appearances. Lucille, who was used to maintaining a positive and professional environment on set, found Sinatra's lack of regard for time and his casual approach to work frustrating. She was not one to tolerate unprofessional behavior, especially when it interfered with the flow of a production. While Lucille never publicly criticized Sinatra, it was well known that she had strong feelings about him. Her dislike was not rooted in his musical talents. Lucille respected Sinatra's artistry, but in his demeanor and the way he conducted himself on set. This tension was a stark contrast to Lucille's own approach to her work, which was all about dedication, discipline, and respect for her colleagues. Sinatra's arrogance and tardiness were qualities that Lucille found difficult to overlook, leading to their strained relationship in the industry. Despite their differences, both remain legends in their own right, but their personalities simply did not mesh well. Number 2. Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby, one of the most popular crooners of his time, had a significant place in the music world. However, Lucille Ball did not get along with him, and their relationship was far from friendly. The main reason for this was their differing work ethics. Lucille was known for her high standards and professionalism on set, while Crosby's laid-back attitude often caused tension. Crosby was known to be relaxed, almost to the point of indifference, which contrasted sharply with Lucille's fast-paced, perfectionist approach. Lucille valued punctuality and dedication, and she expected the same from those she worked with. Crosby, on the other hand, was sometimes seen as difficult to work with, as he would frequently show up late or take his time during rehearsals. This lack of urgency and discipline annoyed Lucille, who believed in maintaining a serious and efficient working environment. Despite Crosby's massive success and talent, Lucille found it hard to work with someone who didn't take his responsibilities as seriously as she did. It is said that their relationship became tense when they worked together on various projects, with Lucille becoming increasingly frustrated with Crosby's lack of professionalism. She did not tolerate what she saw as laziness or lack of respect for the job, which created a rift between them. While Lucille always kept her personal feelings private, it was clear that her time working with Bing Crosby was marked by a sense of unease. Their differing personalities and approaches to work made them a poor match, and Lucille's perfectionist nature often clashed with Crosby's more relaxed style. Number 3. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, known as the King of Rock and Roll, had an iconic career that made him a household name. However, Lucille Ball did not have a favorable opinion of him, particularly due to his manager, Colonel Tom Parker. While Lucille admired Elvis's talent, she had strong feelings of disdain for the way he was managed. Colonel Parker's controlling, sometimes manipulative approach to Elvis's career left Lucille feeling uncomfortable. She believed that Parker was limiting Elvis's creative freedom and controlling him in ways that were not healthy for the young star. Lucille, herself a professional who valued the importance of an artist's autonomy, found it difficult to respect the way Parker conducted Elvis's career. She reportedly felt that the manager was too focused on profits and fame, often overshadowing Elvis's true talent in favor of commercial success. Lucille, who was used to a more collaborative and respectful atmosphere on set, could not understand how Parker's heavy-handed methods were affecting Elvis. This led to her not wanting to work with the King of Rock and Roll, despite his undeniable musical abilities. In addition to her discomfort with Parker's influence, Lucille also had reservations about the way Elvis presented himself in public. She felt that the image Elvis was cultivating, particularly in his early years, was more about shock value than showcasing his true potential. Lucille, who was highly focused on professionalism, believed that Elvis's image was not in line with the values she held dear. While Elvis Presley was undoubtedly one of the most influential figures in music history, Lucille's views on him were colored by the tension she saw between the artist and his management, which led to her disapproval. Number 4. Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole, known for his velvety voice and mastery of jazz and pop, was one of the most respected musicians of his time. However, Lucille Ball reportedly had a complicated relationship with him. While she admired his talent and respected his contributions to music, she found it difficult to work with him due to his aloof and sometimes distant attitude on set. Lucille was a consummate professional who valued personal connections with her colleagues, and she expected a similar level of warmth and cooperation from the people she worked with. One of the reasons Lucille grew frustrated with Nat King Cole was his tendency to remain detached and uncommunicative during their collaborations. Cole, known for his calm and composed demeanor, often seemed distant and uninterested in the social aspect of working on a set, something that Lucille found to be frustrating. She believed that building good relationships with fellow cast members and crew was crucial to a successful production, and Cole's reluctance to engage with others created tension. Additionally, Cole's calm and quiet nature sometimes came off as coldness, which contrasted with Lucille's energetic, vibrant persona. She thrived on creating a lively and positive atmosphere on set, while Cole, though professional, did not seem to reciprocate that same enthusiasm. This difference in their working styles led to friction between them, and it is said that Lucille often felt as though Cole was not fully invested in the collaboration. While Lucille never publicly criticized Nat King Cole, it was clear that their interactions were less than harmonious. Despite his immense musical talent, their personalities simply did not align, which made their working relationship strained at times. Number 5. Dean Martin. Dean Martin, a member of the famous Rat Pack and known for his smooth voice and relaxed charm, was a beloved figure in the entertainment world. However, Lucille Ball had a less than favorable view of him, primarily due to his heavy drinking. Dean Martin's casual approach to life and work, often accompanied by his fondness for alcohol, created a significant rift between him and Lucille. Lucille, who was deeply committed to professionalism and maintaining a high standard on set, found it difficult to work with someone who did not take his responsibilities seriously. Lucille was known for her strict work ethic and her dedication to maintaining a positive and productive environment while filming. She did not tolerate distractions or unprofessional behavior, and Dean's frequent drinking and laid-back attitude clashed with Lucille's approach to her career. She believed that his drinking habits often impacted his performance and made it difficult to have a smooth and efficient working relationship. Furthermore, Lucille had personal reasons for disliking alcohol-related behavior. She had experienced the effects of alcohol abuse in her personal life and had a low tolerance for people who allowed drinking to take priority over their responsibilities. While she never publicly criticized Dean Martin, it is clear that their different attitudes toward work and life made their interactions less than pleasant. Despite his popularity and undeniable talent, Dean Martin's carefree attitude and love for alcohol were qualities that Lucille found difficult to tolerate. Their contrasting personalities and work habits led to a strained relationship, and Lucille's dedication to professionalism made it hard for her to respect Dean's approach to work. While they remained friendly in public, their time working together was likely less harmonious due to these differences. Number 6. Judy Garland. Judy Garland, one of the most talented and beloved actresses and singers of her time, had a complicated relationship with Lucille Ball. While Lucille respected Garland's incredible talent, their differing approaches to fame and personal struggles led to tension between the two. Lucille was known for her professionalism, discipline, and strong work ethic, all of which were in direct contrast to Judy's tumultuous career and personal life. Garland's struggles with substance abuse and emotional instability were well known, and Lucille, who valued professionalism above all, found it difficult to work with someone who could be so unpredictable. Lucille admired Judy Garland's voice and acting ability, but she was uncomfortable with the way Garland's personal issues interfered with her work. Lucille was deeply focused on creating a positive, efficient, and smooth environment on set, while Garland's challenges often led to delays, emotional outbursts, and even unprofessional behavior. Lucille, who had a no-nonsense attitude toward work, found these disruptions hard to handle. She believed that a person's personal issues should not interfere with their career, and Judy's emotional volatility was seen as unprofessional in Lucille's eyes. Another reason for the tension between the two was the intense media attention surrounding Judy Garland's personal life. Garland's struggles with addiction and her troubled relationships were highly publicized, and Lucille, who had her own battles with personal struggles, did not want her career to be overshadowed by such drama. While she was sympathetic to Judy's difficulties, Lucille preferred to focus on her work rather than letting outside problems dictate the atmosphere on set. Despite their differences, both women were incredibly influential in their respective fields. However, their contrasting approaches to fame and personal struggles created a distance between them, and Lucille's discomfort with Judy's unpredictability marked a rift in their relationship. Lucille Ball's relationships with these iconic musicians reveal a deeper side of her, a woman who valued professionalism, discipline, and respect in her work and personal life. While she admired their talent, their behavior and personal struggles often clashed with her own values. Lucille's journey was one of overcoming adversity and remaining true to herself, even when faced with difficult personalities. These tensions with some of the music industry's biggest names remind us that even the most beloved stars have their limits, and sometimes personal integrity is more important than fame or talent. Lucille's strength and resilience continue to inspire us today,